What's up, guys? Back in the shop today to work on Mr. Newman's truck here. Today's project is to get the engine out of it so I can start cutting on the crossmember and making the new engine mounts. So I was trying to size everything up, get a game plan for it, and I came up with something that I ran by Jordan, and he gave me the green light on that is going to make his life and my life easier. I will show you. So, anybody that's ever pulled the motor out of a first gen before knows that the only way to get the engine out is to take the hood off. That doesn't seem like a big deal, but in the name of serviceability, I like to be able to try to do everything on my own, and I like for everybody else to be able to do everything on their own. And taking the hood off of one of these trucks is honestly a three-person job. It's a struggle with two people. The way that they bolt in from the side and the hoods are pretty heavy, it makes it pretty difficult to take the hood off with even just two people. So I wanted to be able to pull the engine out of this truck and Jordan be able to pull the engine out of this truck with the hood on. So the only way to do that is this core support in the center has to be removable. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut the core support here and here, and I'm going to make it to where this will bolt back in. The core support will bolt back in, and then we're just going to put a wiring connector on his wiring here. And this, like I said in the last video, will be bolted to the intercooler for strength. So if he's going to pull the engine out of this truck, he just needs to remove the center part of the core support, and then he'll be able to droop the front axle all the way to full droop, and then the engine will actually be able to, with the removable crossmember that we decided we are going to do, engine crossmember, he'll be able to pull the engine out of this truck by himself without taking the hood off. Going to save him a ton of time, a ton of aggravation. These mounts here, I'm also going to cut down here on each side and make those removable, just because, like, with the offset of the power steering pump reservoir, it's going to get in the way when you try to pull the engine out, and that oil filter hub's going to get really close to this side. So in the name of easy, we're just going to make these removable too and get the motor out of this thing. So I am going to get this cut up, get this set up, and start yanking the motor out of this. All right, engine's ready to come out. We've got the core support cut out of it. Got our intercooler radiator brackets cut out of it. And we are ready to get this thing out. I've got the axle at the fullest droop that I could do. I don't have the lug nut socket. He's got a keyed spline lug nut deal on this. So I was gonna unhook the shocks and take the wheels off and drop the axle all the way down, but I can't take the wheels off, so it doesn't really matter. So we're gonna see if it'll come out this way. Who wants to bet that I forgot to unplug a wire somewhere? Sure I will. All right, out it comes. That was probably the most boring time lapse ever. But it's out. Am I the only one that gets super nervous pulling these engines out? Ugh. Glad that's over. Well, she's out. And it is time to choppy. Get this, gotta tape a couple fittings up. And then start cutting away here to get this cross member out. And get going on that removable tube mount. Oh my god, I'm gonna drop the friggin' YouTube camera. Alright, well I thought I had it. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Jeez. Yay! Oh! So much room for activities. So much room. Okay, now that that's done, next order of business will be obviously cleaning these up better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plate this and this where the factory cross member was, and then I will bend a tube for that. And I have some joints coming, some removable 1-bolt style deals that I'll show you guys what I'm doing to make the tube super easy to come out. And the engine mount is going to get integrated into this after that's plated and the tube is welded on it. And I will show you guys that. That's something pretty slick. I think that it's going to work out good to make the engine super easy to take in and out. So next order of business is get to welding. This is out of pure curiosity to see if there's any weight savings here. Let's see what the old cross member weighed. Set it up to where it's sitting on. £14 pounds. All right. Let's see what the new setup weighs. Ooh, this might be more difficult than I thought. Nobody move. Wow, 7 pounds. So it was 14 before, it's 7 now. So we saved 7 pounds by doing this. That's about 2 pounds more than I expected. Cool. Ta-da! Look at that. We now have a removable engine cross member. I will pull the cross member out and show you how it's removable, but super simple. 2 bolts from the underneath. They just bolt in on each side. And the way these pieces are machined, that little pocket there holds the nuts in place. So you don't even need like two hands and 2 tools. You can do it all with 1 tool. So the motor mounts will be what's next. And I didn't weld the top, and I didn't bring this plate all the way up to the top of this because this piece of the original cross member is actually taller than this side just by the design of the cross member. And the engine mounts are going to get integrated into this. The saddle for it, I guess you should say, is going to tie into this. So I'm going to end up having to notch this and cut it right here anyway. So that's why I didn't take the plate all the way to the top. And then because this side is lower, I was able to take the plate all the way to the top and weld it. But it's probably going to get at least gone back into a little bit for the saddle on this side. So I was going to do the motor mounts in this video too, but it's kind of getting a little long-winded, so I'm going to leave this one off here after I show you guys how the cross member comes out. So clearly this Allen wrench is not the fastest tool to get this out. And for some reason, I don't have the right size in a socket. But it's out. Voila! Now you can access whatever you need to access from under here. If you need to rebuild the whole engine in the truck, go for it. I'm pretty excited about this. This is definitely an upgrade that the Fossil needs to get at some point the next time the engine comes back out. So should make Mr. Newman's life a lot easier being able to remove the crossmember. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.